I'm a member of an online Christian community, and we meet from time to time to study a book of the Bible. We're currently studying Acts of the Apostles, and today's chapter 10. I can break chapter 10 into different portions, such as Cornelius' vision, Peter's visit to Cornelius, and Cornelius and his family, and by extension, Gentiles receiving the Holy Spirit. So the chapter begins with a captain of the Italian regiment called Cornelius, who was a Gentile. Basically, a Gentile is a non-Jew or a non-Israelite. So from the chapter, we see that Cornelius was a God-fearing man, as was his household, and he would give alms and pray to God and worship him regularly. So he had a vision, and in the vision, an angel of the Lord appeared to him and said, Cornelius, your prayers and your sacrifices has reached God. So I want you to send for a man in Joppa. He's currently staying at the house of Simon the Tanner. His name is Simon Peter. Send for him. And so Cornelius sent some of his men to go to Joppa and get Peter. At the time, Peter was at Simon's house, and he also had a vision where the heavens opened and there was a sheet, and there were different kinds of animals on the sheet, and he heard a voice saying, Simon Peter, kill and eat. And then he replied to the voice, how can I kill and eat when all these animals are unclean? And the voice replied to him and said, do not call something unclean if God has made it clean. He had this vision 3 times, and after that he came out of the trance. Then the Holy Spirit told him that there were some men at the gate who were looking for him, and that he should be obedient and go with them. So he followed those men, and they led him back to Caesarea, to Cornelius' house, where Cornelius and his household were already gathered waiting for Peter's arrival. They were anticipating it. Peter came and said, you know that by tradition Jews don't mix with Gentiles, but since the Lord has called me here, what is it? And so Cornelius reiterated his vision to him, how he saw an angel of the Lord, and the angel of the Lord told him to send for Peter, who was at the house of Simon, and Peter would bring the good news for him. So he said, what news do you have? What message do you have from the Lord for us? I would like to read exactly what Peter said, actually. So Peter replied, I see very clearly that God shows no favoritism. In every nation he accepts those who fear him and do what is right. This is the message of good news for the people of Israel, that there is peace with God through Jesus Christ, who is Lord of all. You know what happened throughout Judea, beginning in Galilee after John began preaching the message of baptism, and you know that God anointed Jesus of Nazareth with the Holy Spirit and power. Then Jesus went around doing good and healing all who were oppressed by the devil, for God was with him. So basically it goes to talk about the birth, the death, and the resurrection of Jesus Christ, and how Jesus Christ is the remission of sins. And as Peter was speaking, the Holy Spirit fell upon the Gentiles, that's Cornelius and his household, and they began to speak in tongues. So the Jewish people that traveled with Peter were amazed at this, because before then the baptism of the Holy Spirit had only been received by the Jews. So now they were even more convinced that the Gentiles were as well God's chosen people. And then Peter said, can anyone object to